I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you? Get on the Spice Bus.
Get out of the way!
For the craziest adventure of the year. Spice World, the Spice Girls movie, now on video cassette and DVD.
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is a Patreon review, this time from Mega Pork Chop Express. Thank you so much for being part of my Patreon. Thank you to everyone. If anyone wants to request any type of reviews, re-reviews, topics, reactions, movies, about games, about whatever, you send it either directly to PayPal, the request, or you can join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now it's funny, in the comment he mentioned to me about this, he said, well, just for the hell of it, why not Spice World from 1997? You know, the film directed by Bob Spiers, who had done That Darn Cat with Christina Ricci. And, you know, the movie about the Spice Girls, where it's a takeoff when the Beatles had their movie A Hard Day's Night. So then the Spice Girls, at the top of their success, they wanted to do a movie of their own, like the Beatles A Hard Day's Night, where it's a series of these crazy events leading up to this concert. I wonder if he, as well as probably every other person, would feel that this would be a rant. Hell, I thought it would be a full-on rant. I'm like, Spice World? Fuck. But I don't know if it's because, A, recently I've gotten done watching films about Nazi Germany and Auschwitz and death camps, so to then sit down and watch a goofy, silly comedy like this was kind of refreshing. I don't know if it's because in the past couple months I've seen stuff like Robo Vampire and Vampire Assassin and the Kingdom of Var or Vaj or whatever the hell it was called, or Veronica, or Creepshow 3, or months ago I saw Cats, which is way worse than this film. Or maybe it's something else entirely. I would not call this a good film. It's a film that does meander because there's really no story to it. And it does, even though it's a rather short running time, it does overstay its welcome. And, you know, the Spice Girls are not actors. They could barely play themselves, let alone try to play a different character. But here they're playing themselves, they barely pull that off. But I didn't hate the film watching Spice World. Why? Because it was rather harmless compared to its reputation, compared to its 3 point something on IMDb, compared to the shit I've seen in my YouTube life, or let alone my actual life, I've seen a lot worse. I've seen a lot worse. You know, posh, ginger, baby, sporty, and scary. Or Mel B, Emma, Mel C, Jerry, Victoria. They're nice to look at, and they were not that irritating to me. They were not that annoying to me. They're not people I would fucking follow around after the movie's done, but I think they were kind of harmless. The recognizable cameos, it was nice to see people like Elton John, Meatloaf, George Wendt from Cheers, Roger Moore, Bob Hoskins, Hugh Laurie in a not even a flashback. So it was nice to see all those people in the film, despite their limited screen time. And the movie kind of had this tone where they kind of knew a bit of what kind of movie they were making, because it's a fairly tongue-in-cheek movie. I mean, this is a movie where literally one of the little subplots is George Wendt and this other guy seeing the Spice Girls on TV and going, we need to pitch their manager a movie. And one of them goes, well, what if they can't act? And the other goes, who cares? Did anyone care if Marilyn Monroe could act? They just cared if it was in focus. So the fact they go, what if they can't act? Who cares if they can't act? Like, they actually have that in the movie. And then at the end of the film, one of their pitches they're given to the manager is the stuff that's actually happening. And they talk about how they gotta make this action beat, and so they gotta jump the gap, and it's expensive. And then it cuts to the Spice Girls jumping this gap as literally a toy, purposely a toy jumping a gap. And then it cuts to like George Wendt or someone going, well, maybe not too expensive. You know, we don't want to make it too expensive when we do the movie. So it does have a certain wink, nudge, a little bit of, I don't know if irreverence is the word I'm looking for, but it just at times taking a little bit of the piss out of itself. So it's kind of like it's not a movie that feels it's up its ass as if it's this important film. So it was kind of hard for me to get mad at it because of that. And to be fair, the Spice Girls music was rather catchy. I would not listen to it on a fucking daily, weekly basis, but as it is in the movie, I like these songs more than I did the songs in fucking Cats. 2019, if you think this movie's bad, go watch fucking Cats. What was the other fucking movie I saw? Oh God, I was tipping my tongue. I can't remember. There's been a few other musicals I've seen that I'm like, I'd rather watch this than those. No, this is not up there with fucking Rocky Horror Picture Show or Little Shop of Horrors or Dreamgirls or Sincerely Good musicals. But like I said, it does overstay its welcome because there's really no story to it. It just, they do a performance. They chat with Elton John. Then it cuts to George Wendt, the other guy, wanting to write a movie on them. Then they're on this tour for the London's Royal Albert Hall. This performance, this major concert that the movie's leading up to. Oh, their friend's having a baby. So they have this quick dream scene where everything looks like it's in fucking Vaseline. Just like this video. Where, what if they were older and pregnant? And not everything works. Like that scene, I didn't give a shit about. Could have easily been cut out. Would have been fine with it. Or about how the Spice Girl named Baby, she's tired of people calling her Baby. Like, oh, well, they think you're too, yeah, they think I'm too innocent. And then I keep saying flashback. It's not even a flashback. It's literally like a cut to a dream, whatever the fuck you want to call it, daydream of Hugh Laurie is this mustache, like French mustache wielding investigator. Who's the murderer? And it's clearly her because she's got all these guns and shit. But because she's innocent, he pits another person. Like, as I'm describing it, I'm like, why should I not hate the film? Because I can't really say I liked the film. It's just one of those I'm watching, I'm going, okay. Strange. But not, like, embarrassing strange. I mean, again, I just got off, well, that's the wrong way to put it. Recently, I just saw a shitty UK comedy called The In-Betweeners, where literally it's about these four douchebag pieces of fucking monkey shit drawing dicks on another's back so that the sun hits it and they get like a sunburn of a dick on their back, wearing purple t-shirts, a pussy patrol with a cat with a giant dick on it, and looking at a fucking male stripper and narration going, they didn't say what Fernando's dick looked like, but they said they could smell it. Or they didn't say how close they were to Fernando's dick, but they said they could smell it. That's the in-betweens. I just reviewed that recently. I mean, maybe all that is Spice Girls' luckiest fucking days. Maybe a year before, when I didn't see this shit, I'd be ranting up a storm. But as it is, it was just kind of irreverent. Spice Girls were not that bad looking. They were nice to look at. The songs were rather catchy. I could see why they were popular at the time. It was more like, oh, cool, there's George Wendt. Oh, cool, there's Loaf driving their bus. Oh, there's Roger Moore as like the chief guy taking care of their arrangements. And each time Michael Moore, yeah, Roger Moore is much better than Michael Moore. Roger Moore. Each time Roger Moore appears, he always has like a white animal, but it's different. Like one is a white cat, and another is like a white pig, and another is like a white, I remember, what the fuck else was it? But it's like a play off of Blofeld and James Bond. Which is weird, because it's a play, well, wasn't Donald, well, I guess technically there was a Blofeld when Roger Moore's character picked his fucking wheelchair up and dumped his ass, and what was that movie, For Your Eyes Only, that he did that? It's been a while since I've seen them. Because I was going to say, it's been weird because Blofeld is more Sean Connery's, was it You Only Live Twice? It's been a long time since I've seen the James Bond films. I reviewed them on the channel, but it's been years since I've seen them. But then as the movie kept going on, it got like one of those things out of me. That's not far. There's like, a little smirk or a little chuckle. Like, they're taking these pictures and they start dressing in different costumes, like Wonder Woman, and like they're from the 60s and Grease style. Or it does an actual take on cancel culture before that was a thing. Because you have this reporter wanting to ruin girl power, so they hear something they say, which is, come on, is the Pope a Catholic? And a reporter takes that out of context, and then they're trying to cancel culture and use controversy against the Spice Girls. I'm like, wow, did they just hit on cancel culture before cancel culture was a thing? Interesting. Or say they see these men who's going to be some of their dancers, and they're not wearing much, and one of them goes, "Look at his muscles. Looks like he's got some ferrets burrowing under there." Like the way she said it, maybe don't. I didn't. I didn't think that type of dialogue would be coming out of her mouth. And just sort of like, what the fuck's going to happen next? Like, literally, there is a scene where the bus is stopped. They go out in the woods, and aliens show up. I'm not kidding. And the aliens look like squished up faces. You remember Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure when they went to the future and some of the future people had those outfits, like these big, like, cloak things? And, you know, the guy like, "Party on, dudes." They look like those outfits. Like, they stole the outfits from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. But then the faces, like, a little bit lower, like, scrunched up. And you tell it was really cheap because their mouths didn't move. And they talked, but it wasn't in English. But yet the Spice Girls understood what the fuck they were saying. But they want the Spice Girls autograph. And it's just so surreal. I kind of staring there, I'm like, I don't know why I'm looking like Robert De Niro. But okay. It was so absurd. I did kind of laugh a little bit, like. And there's another scene where the music plays out like a horror film. A reporter like comes out of the toilet. Thankfully, no shit jokes. But then the Spice Girls like keep waking up like they're from a nightmare, and it's just one of those scenes I'm just going, like, the movie's, it's not a good movie. I mean, just the way I'm describing it kind of tells you it's not a good movie. It's just one of those where, again, it's weird. It's off the cuff. There's certain moments I don't mind. I don't mind where they do have a flashback of how they first got together and they're singing their first big song while they're in this little, I forget, it was like someone's place or a diner or something, and they sing the song, "Tell me what you want, what you really, really want." And you do get a sense that this group were close friends at the time. And again, the movie does have a ton in its cheek, and it's I mean, there's stuff that is stupid, clearly. There is stuff, like the plot does meander because there is no plot. But again, like, there's certain moments that are kind of clever. I mentioned how, like, the writers, they keep trying to do these pitches. Like, one time they pitched, like, what if we write as Spice Girls, and the Spice Force 5, and one's a master of disguise, and she goes in a phone booth and comes out as Bob Hoskins, and sort of the absurd plot for a Spice Girls movie. But then, like, in the last pitch is what's actually happening is this over-the-top action scene, but there's no budget, so they clearly have, on purpose, a toy car jump in a gap. I think moments like that. Now, I don't love it as much as, what's the guy, Good Bad Flicks, which he does a good job with his videos. I do like that guy. He does a much better job than I do with videos. But like he talked about, he did a video on this. He's like, I love Spice Girls, Spice World. I don't love it as much as he does. But again, it was harmless. The songs were fun and catchy and bubblegum poppy. The girls themselves, they're not interesting personalities, but they're not annoying personalities either. The cameos were fun to see. Like, oh God, I wonder who's going to pop up next year. And I guess really, if you're going into a Spice Girls movie, I would ask, what do you want from it? Once in a while, there's a clever joke that floats in there. It's still a short film. It's 80-some minutes long. So they didn't try to be too pretentious. This needs to be a 2-hour movie. Thankfully, they didn't do that. The songs work. And it was what it was. I mean, you gotta understand. Mea culpa. You gotta understand, I swear. I didn't mean it. I take back what I said. Movie sucks dick. Spicy hot. Wayne, shove it up your ass still watching the movie, please. Spice World? Go watch Cool World instead. No, I'm just kidding. Sadly, I would rather watch this than Cool World, sad to say, because Cool World is disappointing. This one, I had no fucking, like, bottom of the barrel expectations. Low isn't enough to say. Like beyond fucking low expectations. And I'm going, I'm a grown ass man with a beard and I'm watching a Spice Girls movie and I'm like, you know what? It's not the fucking worst thing I've seen. And I was fine, but I'm not gonna say I was fine with it. It does have a lot of problems and improvements you can make on it, but it's just, I can't say I hate it. It was one I would never see it again, but it's just like, I've seen way worse. God damn, I can't believe I'm saying that, but I have. I've seen way fucking worse. God damn. God damn. Go figure. Go watch Cats 2019, then go watch this. Go watch some of the shit I've seen lately. Like Robo Vampire or fucking stuff I've seen, like Feeders and Feeders 2 and the Star Crystal and all that shit. Then go watch Spice World. Go watch Alien 3. Watch A Fucking Funeral and then go watch Spice World. I'll take Spice World any day over that shit. That's just me. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.